in the evening.
No, I
And
wouldn't
she
go to a
said,
place if nobody's there.
no.
No damn
Do you
way.
know that this whole winter I have not had my heat on one time?
Well, I've never bought.
We haven't had our heat on very much either.
I didn't buy no
We had a
fuel
mild
oil
winter
this
this
year.
winter.
Is that right?
Do you know, and all I did was, I got up and I run, you know, I get up and I go to the bathroom and I shut the door and I start the water going. Well, the hot water steams up the bathroom and you don't need to have the heater on. You get out, you towel off, put the towel right, you know, you go and then you start getting dry. You don't need the heat
Those
on.
electric baseboard heaters, they're good to a certain point. Then you get to the point where they ain't worth a
If I had
damn.
that fan in the bedroom,
cold, Bill.
They're no
I
good.
wouldn't even,
But we
I
had,
probably
what we
would, if I
had like
did,
3
I'd
or
say
4
mine
nights this
real
year that
low.
was pretty cold.
You know, just so it turned
But that's
off
all
the
we
fans
had.
and
We
stuff.
had some chilly weather,
It's
but
not
not
really
really
good in
cold
Florida
cold.
not to have any air
I
on
can't tell you, by
because,
then where I'm gonna
you end up,
get some fuel, rushing down.
Humidity gets you down.
yeah, the humidity.
Well, if you're going to be here
That's
next
just
winter,
a
then
little,
go ahead and get the fuel oil.
moth type
I think the
thing.
cold weather's gone.
I don't think you can get no fuel oil in there. We used to use the electric heater. It was pretty warm this winter.
There's a bug climbing on the wall,
That's a
Christopher.
moth
Go
type
get it.
thing.
What is that?
It's just a
Stick
moth.
bug,
It's
stick
a
bug,
moth.
stick bug.
Smash from 100.
That's a bug.
No, I don't think
He
so.
fell
It's a
right
He
moth.
fell. Here he is.
Here he is. He's a moth type bug. There you go.
Over there.
He's in the kitchen now.
Okay.
Looks like stink bug, one of those
Well,
rectangles.
anyway, it's no longer time than you're there. At night, you wouldn't have to run your air because
No,
you
not
just
with the
run your
fan.
fan.
Because I get so hot. It's stuffy. It's just real stuffy because there's no air moving. And I don't want to turn my AC on now. This is April.
Hey, your daddy said last night,
And I can't
I
open.
think we're going to have to turn the air on. And I
Yeah.
said before June, because we're getting 80 degrees
I
now.
know.
And we don't normally have that in April.
82 to 85.
I was
That's
gonna say
right.
84. It was 84.
And I mean, it's hot, and you can't open the windows and pull the air in, because all you're getting is hot air. It don't
Not
cool
only,
you out of
I
it.
can't even have my
There's
windows
been some rain out
open.
there, it's gonna go, and I thought.
So I live on the first floor.
We need some rain.
Oh, yeah.
No, not I can when I'm away. But when I go to bed, I have to lock everything up. I can't.
And open a couple of windows.
Yeah, I wouldn't leave my window open either.
Because see, I live, well, right above me, about a half a block, is where they call Suitcase City. There's a diameter there, and that's where all the rapes happen. And they happen because stupid women leave their patio doors unlocked, wide open. And they'll be on the first or even on the second floor. They're asking for it. And they leave everything open and unlocked. And Daddy came and put bolts in my windows because the girl across the hall from me got robbed.
Oh.
Well, thank God she wasn't there.
They won't get those doors open.
I know, and I said, Daddy's got it so locked that even Jesus couldn't get through them.
He walked right through.
He's got it locked up so good, and there's a bar behind my sliding glass patio door.
Oh, yeah.
That I lift up and put.
You know, even with your daddy being at home, I will not leave any windows open in the other rest of the part of the house.
No.
And I'll leave the window open right beside our bed because Buffy's there. Yeah. And if anybody even come anywhere near that window, that dog, he would growl. He would let me know. But like I said, even when Paul was traveling and Pam was living at home, Pam would leave not the low window in the front, but the high window. She would leave it open, and I'd leave my one window open. But that's all. I won't leave any other windows open in the house because they're always bolted, locked, and they got screws in them.
See, I like to sleep with windows. When I lived at Summerfield, I used to always sleep with my windows open because I was on the second floor. If somebody's going to be stupid enough to get a ladder, put it up to climb up to the second floor, then that's, you know.
You never did leave your patio door open. You just left your little
I'm on
window.
the first floor. I like it a lot better.
It's
Really.
easier when she has to move, Bill.
Oh, yeah.
Daddy was very glad I did not get on the third floor.
Oh, yeah.
Because each floor has 2 sets of steps, not 1, but 2 to go up.
Oh, I just hate to think having to climb all them steps myself.
Now, I looked at that and I said, oh my God, groceries. And I don't buy groceries, but 1 bag is too much to carry up to those.
Yeah, well, you got to go up those 4 flights. You got 2 floors up with steps, right? And there's 2 stairs to each floor. So that's 4 flights.
No, I like it. I like where I live.
Well, I think people that leave their patio doors unlocked and they don't lock all their windows, and if you're on the ground floor, you have no business going to bed with your windows open,
Shoot,
even if you got a dog.
I had an allergy attack. I mean, a bad allergy attack. Good grief. I mean, I couldn't breathe. I mean, it was one of these that I had all the lights on in the whole apartment because I could not stand to be in the dark because I felt like I was being smothered to death. So at 3:30 in the morning, I decided I'm going to take the trash out because I couldn't breathe. Not thinking. They tried it out there.
God, I told her, I said, how stupid.
Come back in, sat down, come on my nose. I could not breathe. I was miserable. Next day, I got grilled. All my friends, my mother, everybody grilled me. They said, we live in this area and you walk out and run.
I mean, it's 3 o'clock in the morning and everybody's asleep and she goes to the trash dump, which is a good distance walk from her apartment. Hey, it is when it's 3 o'clock in the morning.
To the corner of
I said, Pam, my God, I said, somebody should have grabbed you.
But it's so funny because it's just like, when you feel comfortable in a place, not that you leave everything unlocked, you get brave. I didn't even think about it. Walked right out of my apartment. People were still up though, but it's like somebody said, yeah, but if something happened, there'd be people around. I said, don't kid yourself. They're the type, they're like New York. They look out and then they'll shut
the door.
They're not going to help you, you know, because you don't know if it's a setup or not. I mean, they don't know if it's a setup.
They don't know,
Well, good. I can get me a cheapo fan. And wear earplugs for the motor.
No, now if you get a good fan,
They're not.
they're quiet.
No.
You can get a quiet one.
I don't know anything about it. I was just flipping.
Well, bring it and show it to your daddy. Your daddy knows a lot about fans.
Ad, and it was $34.99. That's what
I would check at Home Depot, and where's that other place that sells the fans?
Scotty's. There's the next reasonable place.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scotty, Home Depot, you catch good buys.
Mr.
Builder's Mart.
Builder's Mart. Oh, I don't know about
Howe.
Builder's Mart. Mr. Howe?
Mr. Howe.
Well,
If you go those, you're going to pay a little more for it.
Yeah, but you get a more heavier duty fan. What do you think, Bill?
Not enough.
Well, Paul, that's
I
where
don't
we
see it
went.
would make any difference.
Well, that's where we went shopping for our fans.
Where?
Where'd we go?
Mr.
Builder's
Howe.
Mart?
Yeah, we went to Builder's Mart, and then we went to Home Depot. And where'd we get our fans?
Well, I got most of them at Builder's Mart.
And they were real cheap because they were quite expensive fans, weren't they? Because you had went around and looked at them. We'd shopped for a good while looking for fans.
Not
Sam.
Builder's Mart, that's
Builder's Square.
Builder's Square is Kmart. It was Mr. Howe's where I got them.
Oh, it was
Which is now Builder's
That's right.
Square.
It was at Mr. Howe's is where you got them.
Mr. Howe.
Builder's Square. Where's that at?
That's where the...
Old Cook Building?
No, you know where Mr. Howe used to be, don't you?
Yeah.
You know where,
6th Street is?
it's on,
Nebraska.
no,
Oh.
Nebraska. It's on, well, it's Nebraska and, Fowler.
Northbridge Road is close to that.
What is it?
Not too far.
Fowler, Nebraska. You come out there, buildings. You get off the interstate, you can see it on your right, Builder's Square. It's one block after you get off the interstate on the right. Get off on Fowler like you're going after the university.
Yeah.
And there on the right, you'll see it right beside the, there's a Kmart store there. Of course, this Builder's Mart is Kmart. You know, it's, I mean, the one that's out
Yeah,
now.
it's
Builder's
Kmart.
Square.
Owned by Kmart, but they call it Builder's Square.
Well, I'm going to have to look for me a fan now that I know I can.
Well, like I said, check
That
with
sounds
your
like a
bird
decent buy if it's a 52-inch fan and
I'm almost positive it's a 52.
3 speed.
See, they had several of them there. Now, dig this. They also had one for $88.99 with the remote control. And I said, I'd be laying in bed.
I put up 300s, and I wouldn't trade one I bought for myself for all the 100s. Those 100s are junk, as far as I'm concerned.
They're overrated.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Bill, they put an old rubber grommet in the blade, and the things never will work right. They just wobble all over the place. You know, there's
Now,
no
where'd you
balance
put
to
a
them.
hunter?
I hung 4 fans last
At
week.
school.
Oh,
Five.
I see,
I got about 3
okay.
more to hang.
Well, I don't know.
So you could put your fan on low at night, because
Oh,
I know
I
many
know.
times we turn our fan on
Oh,
low.
I
Leave
have-
it on flow lots of
I
times.
have
All night long, and I don't
Well,
open up the windows.
I find on reverse, well, you can't beat it, but you don't get all of that down, you know. It pulls air off the floor, and then it hits seal on the wall, and everything comes down around you, you know.
Yeah.
Then you're not in no direct draft.
See, I've
We're
had
not in
to.
it. We've got the fan set in the middle of the room and the bed's back here, so we're really
Yeah.
not in
It's
it.
like at our feet. It's beyond our feet or that area.
See, the one in the living room is right
Hey,
over
an old
there.
bus. Honey, he never gets up on the bed and sleeps with us when summertime comes. He wants in his own bed, and I put his sheet or quilt down for him to lay on Paul's side. But in the wintertime, the minute he sees me get the green blanket and put it on, Bill, see that smile, and he's looking, because he loves to get up on that dang green blanket and lay, and he lays between me and Paul down at the foot. So the other night, he and Paul went to bed. So it was hot, so Paul got up and turned the fan on, and here he was. Now his head was at the foot. He was all like this, and I walked over and I said, "Move over." And he goes, "Urgh." He growls because he don't want to move. And I said, "I can't get into bed." And he just lays it, you know. And I said, "Move over." And he gets up and he goes like this. He gets up and he gets up on the bed. He goes, and then he gets as close to Paul as he can. He goes, bam. And when he gets down, you hear him go, wham. He's ticked off at you. And he gets as close to Paul. Well, many a night, honey, I've slept with my rear end and my leg outside because the dog is laying there. And he ain't about to move.
I come get in bed, Bill, he'll be laying on my side. I say, move over, Sugar. He'll get up and move right in the middle of the bed. No problem at all. He just gets up automatic. In fact, I've got to say, you're going to move, and he just gets up.
And he sometimes lays on my pillow, doesn't he? He puts his head on my pillow looking
When
at
you're
Paul.
not there, he'll make 2 or 3 trips up and down the bed. He'll come up and lay beside me there on the pillow. And then in just a minute, he'll get up and go back to the foot and lay down. He just he's restless.
He's guarding.
He's gardening.
He's moving around.
Well, anyway, the other night, Paul put the fan on. So the windows weren't
That's why
open.
he sleeps.
And honey, he was
guards at
laying,
night.
and you could see him, the top of his little hair, because he was way at the foot of the bed, his head was sort of, his little hair was just a flying, just a little bit ruffled.
Yeah.
And I was looking down at him, and he went, "Brrr." And I said, this is Mumsy. I said, you think I'm a stranger?
Yeah, but see, he does it. Did old Snoop I ever do that? Get right in your face to see if you're still breathing.
Yep.
Yeah, they're
I'd wake up at night,
Uh-huh.
and he would be at the side of the bed looking at me.
Mm-hmm.
I wake up at the sensing that something was
Staring at
me. And there he'd be, but you never get him out of bed.
No, he wouldn't get on the
You
bed.
could
We tried
never
to
get
make
him
him.
to
I
come
tried
up
to get
on
him
the
on the
bed.
bed.
You couldn't hold him either. He didn't want to turn upside down.
sorry, but-
Except one time he got scared of the storm and jumped in Roberta's lap in the living room.
Yeah.
See, old Buff will just let you can turn him anyway. Anyway. He has faith in us now.
You
But
can-
he's done it ever since he was a baby.
Yeah.
Most dogs don't have any
No.
security when they're off the
No.
bed.
That's what the veterinarian said. The veterinarian said Buffy is a rare dog that you can do just about anything to him.
Because I
We
have,
can pick him up and turn him over to Bill, and he just lays any way you take him.
and I picked him up and put him in the air up above my head, and he just lays there just like that.
Now another thing, where his
Doesn't
new
even
incision,
move.
where his hair is growing over it, well, I took little scissors, rounded scissors, and I said, now Buffy, listen, we've got to trim the boo-boo. Now you got to hold still. So I turn him over, and I said, now relax your legs. And he lays there like this, Bill. And I said, now you hold still now, because I got to trim the boo-boo. So I take the scissors, and I'm trimming, and he's like this, Bill, looking, trying to see if he can see. Because, see, the doctor says that's still very tender, and it'll take about a year, before it'll stop being tender. So I trimmed it. Now, we take him to the vet, and I said, I picked Buffy up, and the vet's looking at me, and I just pick him up, and I turned him over. And the vet's looking at me, Dr. Basiglio, and I said, now look, Buffy, Dr. Basiglio is going to check your boo-boo. Now, come on. And he's trying to wiggle, and I said, now listen. And I put him on the table, because it's a stainless steel table. So I said, Doctor, I want you to check his incision where you operated. So I've got Buffy like this, and I said, now look, the doctor is going to check your boo-boo, and that's all he's going to do. So I'm talking to him, and I said, now should I let the hair grow over that? Or should I trim it like I have it trimmed for cleanliness purpose? Because, see, he has an opening just like a female would have.
Yeah.
Plus, he has his old one, too, which nothing comes out. So the dog was just laying there, just real still. And the vet, see, that's why he said, you rarely can ever find a dog that you could have done what I did. Just picked him up and held
Lay
him.
there and let her pick fleas off of him, just pick fleas off one at a time. Never moved.
And if he's scratching and I say, do you have a flea? He'll lay right over
Yeah,
on the
he'll pop
floor,
over.
wanting you to find it.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is say, you got a flea on you, boy, he rolls over and lets you go to
But
look.
the best is, he says, well, have you got a pair of clippers? He said, you can get them up at the wholesale house. He said, just clip that hair. And I said, clip it?
With those,
And he said, now, if
Same
you
thing I
need to,
cut my
don't
hair.
worry about it. It might bleed for a
That's
second.
what he said.
But it'll stop. And I started
you
to
don't have to
say,
come that close.
you know what I started to say to the man? How would you like to be next like that?
Well, anyway, what I was going to tell you was, he used to drive me crazy. When I was sick and I had my operation and I stayed with Mom and Dad, he'd bounce up on the bed. He'd come right in my
You
face
see, she's
and
breathing.
go,
I bet you could take an electric razor and just
Just
shave
like
it
that to
down,
see-
you never
Yeah.
know.
they do that to see if you're still alive, I guess.
Well, it's insecurity in a way because you're
They're
sleeping and
insecure
you're
because
not,
well.
you're not up moving around, and they don't understand that. Now, many times, I be in bed after Paul leaves, and
Yeah.
Buffy comes and gets up on the bed, and he'd get just as close to me as he could get, and he'd get to see if he could feel my breath, my breathing. And I'd lay there, and I could barely see him, and I'd lay there, just to see what he would do. And once he was satisfied, then he'd get up and move over and lay on Paul's pillow, and either look at me or lay along his pillow. But it's amazing, because he's done me the same way he's done Pam. It's to come and check to see if you're breathing.
They got a lot of sense. They're loaded with sense.
But it tickles me to death.
But Snoopy used to lay on Bill's side of the bed,
On the
down
floor.
And you could not fool him. We could change sides to try to fool him. He'd get up and go right around there where Bill was laying. I don't care which side he got on. He'd go right around there and lay down right there. As if to say, what kind of game is that on me, You lay down there right by. And when Bill went out of town one time, and I was scared,
Yeah.
I tried my best that night. First of all, the screen door was banging. I didn't have it. Last one I had a screen door there, and I didn't have it latched good. It wasn't caught good.
That's when I came
And I was
over and spent the
scared.
night.
Not,
You don't
not-
remember that.
No, but not this time. Well, one time, yeah, you did come
First time I
on.
did, when he was little.
Yeah, I know.
Remember?
But this is before Christopher, I
Before
think.
Christopher. Yeah, this is when I was by myself. I just a dog. And Bill had to go to town for some reason. I don't know if somebody was sick or what happened. But anyway, this was before Christopher was born, before I started getting you to come over and stay with me. And so I was, because we had that room in there, we'd taken that bedroom in there, where baby the Christopher's in. And I tried my best to get that dog. I said, I felt insecure that night myself, so I locked the door. I went and locked the door, but I said, come in, Snoopy, with me, and he followed me to the door. And he started to growl, because he heard the door slamming, so he started to growl. And so I realized the door was just, so I latched it, closed everything, went back in the bed, and I said, come on, Snoopy, get up at the foot of the bed. Come on now, come on up here with me. He lay there, and he wouldn't do it. And I said, come on, Snoopy. I said, get up here. I said, get up here and lay down with me. Get up here for this bed. He jumped up there, and he lay down about 2 seconds. And
It wasn't as firm as the floor, that's why he got
he
down.
got right back down again. He lay down right across the door, right at the door. He lay
He
there
was
all
guarding
night. So then I went to sleep at that. But he was not.
Because dogs will guard
Well, they
you.
guard. When I'm over at,
They sense when you're scared.
Yeah,
I
he
know
was
they do
scared
too.
when he
when
was
I'm
leaving.
over at Mom and Daddy's, he will sleep in the middle to where he can see their bedroom and watch the front door so he can see if anybody's coming in, and he'll parade all around. Many times until he's assured that I'm asleep, he'll be in the hall to where he can see if anybody's coming in the front door and which way they're going.
It's like he
And
wants
then
to guard
he'll
both
go
ends
into
of the
their
house.
room.
Yeah, and then
He
he
could care less about me. But then he comes in the middle of the night and I'll hear him.
Yeah,
Now, I don't know how he knew you were coming today, but now he would listen. And you can watch him, Bill, and he'll get up and he's listening. And then he'll go to where between the family room and the dining room, and he'll sit there. And twice he thought he heard the key in the door, and he took off like a bat out of hell, running, and then he'd come back. Because he was disappointed, wasn't nobody there. So one time, I went to the window. He was sitting at the little window, and I went to look for him, and he was looking through. I don't know how he sees through that frosted glass, honey, but he knows when somebody's a-coming, and he's sitting there just looking. So finally, when you did come, who were we talking to? Or were we on the phone when you came? No, I was getting the stuff ready to come bring my stuff over here. And I didn't hear you turn the key in the
I
door.
had a little talk with him, and he wasn't too pleased because I'd just gotten here and now I
Yeah,
was
and
leaving
then you
again.
left, right.
See, he wants her to spend time. He wants her to stay a while.
Right, he wants to spend some time.
Yeah, he wants
He
to.
don't like it when I come
He's listening
in.
right now, probably.
Yeah.
Oh, he's been there.
They anticipate already.
Yeah, we didn't leave the light on for him, so, and of course, he likes to sleep in the dark. That's the funniest thing. Because he'll get, if there's light in any room, he'll go put his head underneath the drape to hide just his eyes.
Yeah.
So he can sleep. Or he'll go in behind a chair or get in his bed that's at the end of the